So we respond on a normal setting. That the next day when we look on our face, it have a wheel up, the bump up, and my finger them spread out in our jaw. And down the road, I tell me about I love, she did love. My neighbor one day, you know. I not even go take up that one. Love don't work no till it's labor. All right, move on. Bottom line, we don't have no preconditions. We just do the thing and we're gone. And if we don't want to chat for the rest of my life, it don't mean it's not a year, you see over there, so like you know exist. You stop on my present and you're invisible. It don't make a difference. That not God. Any man in Christ is a new creation. Me have a business, me have to see you, me have a talk to you, me have to address you. We'll get into the mix of things. So don't tell me how you feel. Because that's not what Jesus is saying. Jesus used the same word when he said to Peter, Truly, I say unto you this night, before the rooster crow, you will deny me at the same word him use. And what did Peter say? Me no know the man. All of the very speech betray him as a Galilean. Still know the man. He must say to follow Jesus at the same principle. We can't take things in our own hands. Say, boy, flesh and blood run through my vein. And I feel like everybody else because I am human. I have to respond. I know something those are not the things that are of God. I know often weird at church. How often? And some of us talk about earth and pain, and we are the person with a whole heart of pain, and we are getting back we are quarreling. You ever said the same thing you saw? You're going to read. Because some of us unconsciously hurt a lot of people, and some of us presumptuously hurt some people. I will not care. Say what body language. Look at our body language sometimes. You don't walk with your body language that you're not part of the system. Those savors not the things that are of God, but of men. Tell your neighbor condition must be met. Tell one another one too. It's a prerequisite. Let me run on. Now cut out and give you the skeleton. So he's saying then, the first step is a call to dethrone self, to lay aside our agenda, and the pursuit of our rights. We must set aside the satisfaction and the accomplishment of our ambitions as the chief object of life. Because some people, you see, you're the argument, and I put it good. Nothing is not. Let me say proper English. There's nothing wrong with the pursuit of higher education. Because we must have income. But everything is wrong with the pursuit of a higher education among other things when it stands before God. When you can't do anything for service for God, because you have to do this and this and this and this and this. In that context, the first condition is not met. Guilty or not guilty. Second. The cross was a divine necessity that demands that a commitment must be made. Tell any about the second condition we're talking about. Somebody that a commitment must be made. That take note. A commitment is not a commitment when it suits you. That if you feel like do it again, you just stop. And you can't bother. Or you feel like you are hurt at this place, you just take for yourself, cut through. That's not a commitment. That a self that is motivated by self and one's feelings. And this is what Jesus say you have to deny. Self first. Let me go back to what I said earlier. That may not feel like preach down. But never commitment. I'm going to car. I'm going to come to church this morning. Whether you have sermon or not, come and preach. And then abuse the power that me tell him, I'm going to them as man and not them have a preach. Come on, man. And then I go get Lord over God's heritage. Come on, church. Let me say to him this man, but then here and that preach coming out. I'm going to beg like good night, but then I go tell him, preaching us out. And then I go show it, but 9 months then I must have been about talk that to himself. But that be an abuse of power. You can't do that. So all when the body no feel right. God, this morning we get up off the bed too quick. We look at the clock and it was 5 something. And we say, all right, we're going to lay down a little bit more. And then we just get up off the bed quick because we're going to enter the bathroom. The quickness of getting up slowly. It almost a vertical. We get up and feel a little dizzy. Because it's quick. We're not allowed to regulate properly. We just rush. And even when in the bathroom, go under the shower, run forward, stabilize and take time and get back and get it too. No, if you follow the feelings, then you have to preach. Yes. Open up peace. Because it is not what I it's not just flesh and blood that do this. Because you have a purpose. No, look at what is a commitment? For the second condition. A commitment is an engagement or obligation that restricts freedom. You can't do everything. Commitment. Just like that. Our commitment. It means that the commitment we have. A full time you have found it. It means that when the week starts from Monday, Sunday, so that the week starts. You're supposed to be putting all of your activities together, knowing that you have an obligation on Thursday at 7 o'clock. And your calendar. If you are going to classes at Thursday. Please get silent. You have made a commitment for Thursday at 7 o'clock. You can't engage anything that takes you at 7 o'clock on Thursday. when you not adjust at that point, regularize your schedule. That you don't preach the commitment. That's what I am committed to this thing. If I sit, lame and conversation must be made. I can't just get up, show and don't show. I am a big woman, and a big woman, I please when I please,